So welcome to the first class, technically, of the Ramadan schedule. Right? They haven't announced it yet, but I think they will tonight. Right? Right, Ryan? I'll have to see the movie today. So everybody has an exit key. So throughout the day, those exit keys will be answered either at the stations or by me or in some video or activity we do. So you can write on the back of them if you like. I don't want them back at the end of class. Let me just check on something here. Excellent. Okay, so today we are talking about environmental emergencies and also tied to homeostasis. There we go. So let's do, this is the schedule for today. We'll do a quick bridge in. We'll talk about homeostasis and thermoregulation as well as environmental emergencies. Today is a short and sweet class. It's like one class of this. We'll take a quick break at 8:30. Then we'll look at heat and cold injuries as well as barotrauma. Anybody know what that word means? Baro? Pressure, yeah. Sudden changes in pressure leading to trauma. And finally, we'll summarize the day. But first, let's start with our bridge in, please. Going on there?
Couldn't run.
Yeah, you couldn't run, that's for sure. Any idea why? Yeah, potentially a heat stroke. So it looked like a very hot day. They've been running. Clearly, these guys are all at least serious, if not professional runners. So they expose themselves to the elements. They push themselves very hard. And as you can see, he basically blacked out or had a sinkhole episode across the finish line. So let's brainstorm different causes of environmental emergencies. Everybody can get up, come to the front of the class. We'll write down some ideas at the front of the class here. Come on over. Sorry, go ahead. Good. So heat and cold is environmental emergencies. What causes different heat and cold environments? Yeah. Sun is heat. So why don't we write something a little more general or a little more specific than heat and cold? Good start. Someone wrote.
That's the prefix.
Is that a permanent marker?
Yeah. Maybe yes.
No, it's just whiteboard, but it's dead. It's awesome. Okay, good. Sun, dust, cold. Any other causes of environmental storm? Yeah, these are all great. So you're thinking specifically to Qatar, which is great. And let's do our quick reveal here. So first of all, oops, we're frozen. So first of all, indeed, we all picked out the easy one. The obvious one is weather. The weather condition that will be bad here is cold, yeah, cold because of the high elevation and low temperature. Summer, yeah. Well, basically heat. We're going to look at heat. And Salat mentioned a good one too, which is sand, dust, particles in your eyes, particles in your lungs. Great. The next one we have over here, this is whether or not you're going to do something. This is the weather outside. That's good. So the next one we have is terrain. What do you think I mean by terrain? Not a train, terrain. Altitude, that's right, altitude or different types of terrain can create different environments. Dust, yeah, of course we live in a dusty world. We're the second worst air quality on the planet here in Qatar, and the only place that beats us is Saudi Arabia. But water is actually an environmental hazard for injuries, all right, or for conditions, right? What kind of conditions do you think water will cause here? If you're in water, it's hard to be dehydrated, but what would you say, Salah? Drowning, good one. What else?
Hypothermia.
Yeah, how would water here cause hypothermia?
Cardiac arrest. Going water down, cardiac arrest, hypothermia.
Yeah, I think that cardiac arrest is more the issue in that case, for sure. But actually, water will, how will that cause hypothermia? I wouldn't know a lot of patients. Floating around. Okay, we'll discover that today. And finally, atmosphere. What do I mean by atmosphere? Pressure, yeah. We talked about barotrauma. So height and depth will lead to different pressures, which is atmosphere. Good. Nice brainstorming. So once again, I got everybody to stand up and come to the front. We have a little word association. I want everybody, come on up. Everybody for now. You're going to work as a team here. So don't talk. Wait for the instructions. So what we have here, there's about 20 words and terms right here in front of you. And up here I have this table. It says thermogenesis and thermolysis. Notice there's a big plus sign over here and a big minus sign over here to give you a little hint about where these words go. So I want you to associate every single word has a definition with it. And I want you to associate whether that definition and words, you put them together, and then I want you to figure out if they go under thermogenesis or thermolysis. And remember, you have to figure out what these words mean. Thermogenesis, thermolysis. There's a little bit of a clue here. Okay? So I'm going to give you about 3 minutes to get this done. So, absolutely you can use sources, yeah. Mostly your textbook. Have you all figured out what thermogenesis means?
It's the production of heat.
The what?
Production.
Production of heat. So therefore thermolysis. Right. So the key words there will be genesis, which means forming, and lysis, which means breaking down. Okay, good. So, yeah, good job. We're going to group these together. You'll notice there's magnets on the board there. So when you start grouping things together, put them on the board and then figure out if they belong in thermogenesis or thermolysis. There's tons of magnets right there for you, Wata. Try to put them in a way so we can read the word. Great, thank you. There's enough magnets for each piece of paper individually if you want.
Why there is 2 words?
That's good. We're having some good associations here, but we have to remain aware of the fact that do these words and definitions create or dissipate heat from the body? Because that depends on which section you put them in. Are they lysing heat, which means getting rid of it, or are they generating heat, which means producing it? Good job, Adel. Just leave it there, please. Come on over. Azus, are you happy with this so far? I think you know that there's a couple of small corrections to be made here. Okay, well, I'm going to keep you up front to be my corrector, okay? Good, good, good. Where's Zama? We don't know. Sleeping. Good. All right, don't go anywhere, please. So, we're going to, sign in, take an exit key, please. Okay, good. So, looking good. So, we decided that this means heat production, and this means heat destruction, or lysing, getting rid of it. So, let's look at the words here. Musculoskeletal has been associated with hyperthermia. So, does musculoskeletal mean hyperthermia? Does hyperthermia mean musculoskeletal?
No.
Okay, so we got to work on this association. Come on up, Wada. Come on up.
It's a word.
So remember, each of these words has a definition with it. It's a term and a definition. So do these define each other?
No.
No, so let's try to figure out what the definitions of these things are, or the associations that are correct here. Does musculoskeletal cause hyperthermia?
No.
No, so we have to separate these two. Azus, what do you think? Where do we put hyperthermia? Where do you think we put musculoskeletal? So remember, we're either figuring out if it belongs under production of heat or getting rid of heat. So here we have convection is heat transfer through air. That's going to get rid of heat transferring away from the body. Conduction via direct contact, great, getting rid of it to the body. Over here, heat generated via metabolism. What do you think is the association with that? Grab your books. This is all from your books. Okay? Guys, grab your books. Let's find some definitions here. Aisha, stand up, please. Find some definitions here, okay? Environmental emergencies. Join the activity, please, okay? Join the activity. Okay.